Test, 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 test. Here we are. We're good. We're golden. We're Gucci. All right, here we are, the grand finals, day 1. Mullet Mafia versus Rain. Now, I am going to be reviewing the last game of the series because I want to. Well, it's not more of a review so much as it is an analysis where I go into each of what everyone's doing. And if you see my previous analysis, you'll know how I've been doing it now. That way I could give you guys some insights of what they're doing, hopefully to give you guys some good tips to use in your games, and hopefully to help you avoid making the same mistakes that they do, because sometimes pros do make mistakes. Let's just get right into it. Also, you can't hear anything because I muted it on your guys' ends, that way I don't get DMCA'd. So right now, Rain is setting up 1 servers, 1 holding B long from Vent Hall, and you got 3 in Vent here for some reason. It's an interesting idea. Maybe it's a counter strat that Rain has come up with against Mullet Mafia, because Mullet Mafia decided to default 1 B long, 1 A long, and 3 mid, and now they're going to slowly approach B, wrap it around to Vent Hall, possibly going up Vent for B site. But right here, I heard it. They made steps. That's why they reacted the way they did. So if we go back a little bit, you see how they're all looking up the Vent ramp right now. Once they make a step, they all look towards the Vent entrance, and they all come out and frag out and completely dismantle Mullet Mafia's push. And Vulgar was able to get on site, surprisingly, but they aren't able to make anything out of that, which was a very interesting idea. Maybe they knew, maybe Rain knew that Mullet Mafia was going to go on B, and this was the first place they were going to check was in the Vent, but I think they might have counter-stratted against that and tried to go Vent Hall, but they made noise early and they weren't prepared to. Once they heard that noise, they flipped over and they took him out. So yeah, weird play that comes out working is not a weird play. It's a great play. All right, round 2. All right, looks like Mullet Mafia is going to be running up mid here. Then you got 1 intel, 1 servers, 1 holding B long for Vent Hall again, and you got 2 in mid, which is interesting. You got nobody on B site, so if anybody goes B long, a B entrance, it's going to end up not working for them, but it's an eco. They went up mid anyways. They were prepared for it, and they were able to take them out fairly easily. All right, this one, they decided to go ahead and default 2 A-long Mullet Mafia and 3 going up mid, just so they could get some sort of intel. Nobody's going B-long, nobody's holding B-long, which is interesting. Got some trades coming in. They smoked off mid, so that way the breach can't push up, and they're going to have to rotate around to A. They were able to get 2 frags, and now Faultless is going to spot him out here, along with Nax. And there's a smoke throw that's thrown here, right here, that slows down the breach even more. See, Rain is using the smokes to stop the breach from pushing through, on top of getting frags as they're pushing through, because they now know, okay, they're holding this, we got to rotate, we got to go somewhere else to do something new. And right now, you can see Nax holding this spot right here. You think he's probably doing something stupid, but no, he's holding the rotation route from servers to B site, because this is the only possible route they could go through other than here, which is smoked off and has 2 players with their barrels on it. I mean, what else can you do? So, he's good hold position there by Nax, and he got the bomb holding the flank as well, keeping them from pushing from behind. But looks like they're going to try and go through intel. Nax is going to be right there. We're going to get traded out. My line clutched up here, able to get traded out by Shadow, and now Shadow's got to go plant. And since they were found on A site, he thinks he's still intel and trying to wrap around A site. So now he knows the bomb's been planted. He didn't go A, he's going to go B. Now Shadow knew the last place he saw Faultless was in A site. He was making noise. He heard him, and now Shadow's going to be trying to get into frags out here, but Faultless is unfazed, and Shadow was able to get Faultless, making it a 2-1. It looks like Mullet Mafia is going to go for the same default again, 1 holding the A-long angle, 1 holding the B-long angle, and 1 going mid, and Mossy's going to get a deagle kill, stopping that push, and Nax is going to get another one, and now there's down 2 players, and now Zello's going to get 2 as well, and that was a good wall bang. That wall bang could hit those players in that corner there, and the bomb is now down in mid, smoked off. It is unfortunate for Mullet Mafia. They got to fight for the bombs now, and they have 2 flashes that they could use. They know that there are players in mid, so they flash them out, and Nax is just gonna get fed here. Unfortunate. Something that I didn't like about this execute was that Mullet Mafia just didn't check the corner. Like, they went in, they saw he saw him, he got him, that's good, but he went down. And now that Zello's coming in, he should recognize, okay, there's another player on the left here, I'm gonna swing it and look for that corner. And unfortunately, he doesn't come. I don't know if he was anticipating Nax to swing out more, but very good job on Nax's part. Unfortunate for Mullet Mafia to have that bomb in mid. All right, now it seems they're going to stack 4. Nope, they're going to do another default. 3 mid, one A long with the bomb and one B long pushing up very aggressively. It is an eco, by the way, and Zelo's able to get one. So they were open up mid there for a second. And now you got all these players coming up trying to hold it. And the smoke, hold on, this smoke. This is an interesting smoke. I've never seen this smoke before. I think Fallen Knight throws this one. Yep. Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. See, there's these filing cabinets right here that make like a shelf that you can't jump on, but you can throw utility on it. And he threw a smoke right here, creating a sort of one-way for the coalition, which is how they were able to get all those kills. See, this is the smoke right here. And this is a really interesting smoke. And that's Nax's second triple. And Star's gonna get two, but he's not gonna get a third. Man, can't let Star keep carrying like that, guys. Come on. You gotta carry your own weight. All right, so now Mullet Mafia is gonna be running a 3 mid, 2 A long again. Nobody's B long. Bomb is B long, and it is very exposed. And Rain just decided to go for an intel, one mid, one orange. This area here is orange. This area up here is sandwiched because it's sandwiched between mid and B site. I guess that's how they named it. Okay, so they got two going sandwiched. They were to get one, and they got one checking B long. So essentially, you got 3 players for Rain in this mid here, and you had 3 players in sandwich right here. You still got one lurking in the back here holding this B long angle in case anyone pushes from B long. And then you got one pushed up into elbow here, looking for anybody in intel. And Zelo's going to be able to get faultless here in B site. Fallen Knight able to span through the smoke, get Malik, and Nax is going to check B long. They see him B long, and now they're going to have to rotate. And what they do here is actually very, very interesting and actually very good execution on their part. They walk the entire length of B long here, making it think, okay, we can't go B, we're going to go A. So now they're going to assume they're going to rotate A. Rain is assuming they're rotating A. And now they're right now on B site, and Fallen Knight's like, no, this doesn't seem right. I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna go back, and he gets taken out. And Shadow's able to refrag for Zelo here, and now Shadow's got a plant, and my line knows where he is now, and Shadow needs to make sure he checks everything. Oh man, that's unfortunate for Shadow, but something that I want to point out here is the way he decided to clear it. So right here, he's checking blue. I call this blue because it's blue and it's next to orange, which makes sense. And so as he's clearing this, he looks at the pillar, and he is not covered by anything on his left side from blue, except for those consoles there that are in B site. Consoles, computers, terminals, whatever you want to call them. And because he's got no cover, my line is free to peek him as he's trying to check sandwich here. Instead, I would have made sure I had my eyes on blue the entire time, going around and then swinging into orange. So that way I'm covered on my left side from blue. So that way I'm not going to get fried out from blue in case there is somebody blue, and I can put my crosshair in sandwich going into orange, so that way I could get anyone who's trying to wrap around through there. But things happen and mistakes are made, and it was a 1v1 clutch. It was a very stressful situation for them. They weren't able to pull it through, and my line's able to get the defuse here. Now we got SGs versus AUGs coming in. We've seen SGs reign supreme, no pun intended, throughout this entire series. So let's see if this is still true. Mullet Mafia is going to have one pushing mid, 4 defaulting A long in that cubby area, and you got 1 player in servers, 1 player in mid, 2 players going sandwich again, and 1 player going B long. It's the same setup they had last round. It worked for them. They were able to pull it out, but it was very, very hard for them to be able to get that one because they only ended up with 1 player afterwards. So let's see how they do this now. Now my line's going to be peeking here looking for anyone, and he does find players A long, and now my line's going to try and peek this, not going to be able to get it. So now intel smoked off, and that flash there is able to slow down the breach a little bit, but not very much. And I think Mullet Mafia at this point realized what they were trying to do. They were trying to go for the same setup again, and they were able to take him out fairly easily. Now Faultless is in a 1v5 situation. 3 players are tagged, and now Mullet Mafia's on the hunt, and Malik is able to wrap around and get Faultless, bringing it to a 5-2, sorry. Stupid critical moments make me confused. 5-2, okay. All right, so now they decided to default their 1 B long, 1 A long, and 3 mid again, with Bomb hanging around mid. Rain has their same setup again, except this time, once the player for B long hits B long and nobody's there, he rotates back to mid here. And it looks like Fallen Knight's actually rotated to B site, holding B site entrance here, this angle. And Mullet Mafia is going to go ahead and decide to slowly push up to A long here, defaulting again with the 4 4 A long, 1 mid. So now they know there's 2 players mid. And now Faultless gonna try and get some deagle shots, able to get 1, but not be able to get all of it. And now the rotates are coming in for mid, and this is exactly what you need to do for Rain. Once you know your player goes down in intel, you know. And usually it takes 2 players to start a rotate. And what Mullet Mafia did here is they were able to get into intel and be able to cut off those rotation routes to be able to stop Rain from going in. But they still were able to rotate regardless. Rain's able to go in and get rotates in, be able to know where exactly they are. And now they're able to cut off that rotation route. And now Rain is in a little bit of trouble, but Moss is just going to get 3. He does not care. You got to be careful with those players with the deagles because you never know where they're going to be. And you never know if they're going to try and get some easy shots because they will get easy shots. I mean, the best way to win is usually the easiest way, and that's backstabbing. All right, looks like Mullet Mafia is going to go a full B-long stack. Nope, wait, 1 mid, 4 B-long. Yep. Very good. You saw that, right? As they're approaching B-side entrance and vent hall here, you have Zello here holding the B hall, the vent hall entrance. And then as they're pushing up, you've got Shadow and Star getting ready to peek into B-side entrance. Zello's still holding this in case someone does swing for B-long, but there is nobody B-long for Rain. There's 2 servers, 1 orange and 2 wrapping around to sandwich. And unfortunately for them, they're unable to know this, but Mossy's able to get a shot in, and Malik pushes up through mid to backstab. Once again, backstabs. That's how they're going to win here. And now Mullet Mafia is 4 players on site, well, 3 players on site, 1 player in sandwich here, and he's able to get that player from intel. And now my line is most likely going to try and save here. And now look at how Mullet Mafia is holding their angles. You got 1 player holding this entire area here. You got 1 player holding this intel angle. And you got 1 player holding this B-side entrance. Notice how nobody's holding this area? That's because these areas right here feed into orange and sandwich. This entire area is locked down, which means there's nobody else in there except for them. And then you also got the last player here holding the vent, just in case anyone tries pushing up there. So basically, the bomb site is locked down, and one player falls, 2 could rotate in and double peek and get the frag and win the round. So it is better for my line to save here. And now at this point, they're going around trying to get more information. The entire top of map is in their control. And now they probably know where he is at this point, but they're not going to try and peek him just because they don't want to lose any of their guns. And now Shadow has 10k. And now Rain is not doing so hot economy wise, so now they gotta have a broken by 2 hero rifles and 3 deagles. Let's see what they could do. Mullet Mafia is going 3 mid and 1 A long again. Then for Rain, you got 1 player going servers again. I think 1 player is gonna be going mid, orange, sorry, and then 2 players are gonna wrap around to sandwich, and then you got Nax who's gonna go B long with the M4, and you got 1 player who's holding this B long angle very aggressively, and if Nax peeks this, he's gonna have a hard time getting around it. And they exchange a little bit, but yeah, there's this smoke in A long, so it's gonna slow them down a little bit, so they have to wait till the smoke clears to be able to push through it. It looks like they are gonna decide to go A here. They're gonna wait for that smoke to clear, and now rotates are coming in. So the intel player, I believe, the intel player number 1 is going to be rotating out, and number 2 is going to be rotating into intel to gain more map control. That is good map control rotation execution. That's a lot of buzzwords in one sentence. But yeah, you can see when Fallen Knight comes in, my line is able to push out and then go to intel to get more intel and get more map control. Instead of leaving servers open, they now have them rotating in because they know they're probably going to go for an A take because nobody really went B long and there's only a couple players in mid. Yep, and now they're going to push up mid, and now looks like they're going to be rotating back into mid, and the intel player rotates to mid. Now my line's got to rotate back into intel. I personally would have went back through A side, but no, he's going to go straight to L here, and he's going to get a rude awakening here from these 2 players, possibly. And Shadow's able to take out Fallen Knight there, and Faultless getting some eyes on Shadow. And now Mullet Mafia now has intel control, so they have the rotations, and they're able to get down Rain to 0 players, and they're able to take that another round there, and it's tied up 5-5. So if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave a like and make sure you subscribe to see more content like this. All right, so you got 4 players going B long again, 1 player going mid for that backstab. Mid is smoked off there, and now it's going to be a full rush into B site. You only got 1 player holding from blue. You got 1 player in vent, 1 player in vent hall, and then you got your other 2 players, my line of Faultless in intel and servers. Mossy's able to get the 1 player trying to wrap around the vent hall, and Fall Knight's going to get Shadow pushing up. Nax and Mossy are going to be in vent hall, and Volgrit's not going to be able to do anything about that. And Nax and everyone's just wrapping around into B site at this point. Fall is able to wrap around into vent hall as well, leading the charge into the site. Now Zello's the last one alive, and what can you do? It's a 5v5, 1v5, sorry, and they're just very good positioning by Rain. Unfortunate for Mullet Mafia. Yeah, Faultless. What is this? What is this? Round 12? Is that your first kill in 12 rounds? What are you doing, my guy? Sheesh, man. I mean, I've had moments where I haven't had a lot of kills, but never in my life have I gone 12 rounds with not a single kill. Never in my professional career. Professional in quotation marks, obviously. 2 holding A long, 3 mid for Merciless, Mullet Mafia. They both start with M. I get confused. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, now we're getting into it. Rehydrate. And you got 1 in servers, 1 pushed up aggressively from intel, 1 holding orange, 1 in vents, and 1 in B long by B site entrance. Mid is smoked off from Mullet Mafia, so they were able to push into sandwich and onto B site relatively easily. And Shadow's able to get Nax for B long. Now B long is completely open, and Malik is able to get mid open as well, orange open, and now they have all this map control. It's a 3v5, and now it would make sense for them to go ahead and start taking over B site. They might lose, they lose Star here, and Mossy's able to get a good spam through the glass there, getting it down to a 3v3, but they still have B site map control. Now you got 1 orange going into sandwich and 2 going up vents. Faultless able to get 1, not paying attention, and Zello able to pre-fire that vent, which is very good. My line, Faultless goes down. My line's the last one alive, and he's gonna get Zello from behind the console there. Yeah, those are wall bangable, so you gotta be careful, especially if you're on low health, because the only thing that's exposed is your head. And now it's halftime. Team flip. Mullet Mafia on the coalition, Rain on the breach. Rain is able to get 7 on the coalition, which means they'll be able to get a very good run up coming into the breach side. So let's see how they play each round. I already know how they play. I took notes. All right, looks like Rain's gonna default 4 A long, with 1 going back to help the mid player just split mid, and then Mullet Mafia is gonna have 1 player servers checking that. You're gonna have 1 player in intel holding that off angle. You got 2 players in orange, and then 1 player holding that B side entrance from blue. It looks like Rain's gonna try and go for an A side take. Star gets eyes. He sees him. It's like, okay, there's 1 A, and now here comes the frags for Rain, and now the XD is just really powerful. I mean, look at how they're able to just completely blow through them, but Rain's got the better crosshair placement. Now A side is under Rain's control. Now they gotta fight for it back, and Fallen Knight, he gets low, but he takes out Zello, and Nax is gonna be able to take out Volgrant, able to get that pistol round to start playing with rifles here. Now Mullet Mafia is going to go full eco here. No nades, except for Deagles. A Deagle. This should be okay. Now Mullet Mafia is going to go ahead and split up again. They're going to have 1 going intel being aggressive, 1 going orange, 1 watching the B-side entrance, and 2 going vent hall. 1 going up vent, and the other's going to fall back. And he's actually going to wrap around back to intel, because Malik, who was in intel, I believe it was Malik. Yeah, he was in intel. He's able to rotate with Star to be able to get him all the way into intel, so that way they have more players in orange and on B-side, because they believe it's going to be a B-side hit. And here come the nades. This is a B-side execute about ready to happen. They smoke off B-side entrance to get around to vent hall, and then once they get all this map control, then they're able to go ahead and push up in. They take down 2 players. They're able to go ahead and take it. And Volgrant able to take down Fallen Knight, which is great. And Zelda gonna take down 1. Zelda gonna take down 2. Zelda gonna take down 3. And now Rain's economy is broken because you only got 1 player left for them. And because they all bought assault rifles, you need to have at least 2 kills in order to compensate for the purchase of your assault rifle and for all of your utility and such. And because they all died before they were able to get more than 2 kills. That's going to put a dent in their economy. They're not going to be able to buy up those AKs with all those nades again. They're going to have to half buy armor. My line was able to get an SG. Nax is able to get an SG as well. And there's 3 AKs. And now Mullet Mafia is up with all AUGs. See, that's what happens when you have a broken buy like this, or when you break their economy like this. And Zella's actually able to get spam through the smoke with 1 intel, 1 orange, 1 wrapping around into sandwich, 1 holding that B-side entrance from the back of B-side, and 1 pushing up B long here from vent hall and is unable to get anything done. So now it's a 4v4, sorry. And you still got an intel player looking for those players trying to push around, trying to get intel. You got 2 players intel. They kind of have mid control open. There's 2 B site, 2 intel, trying to see if they're going to be pushing either site. Now they're going to swing. Zella able to get 1 shadow, 1-for-1 trades coming in, and now it's 2v2. And now Rain's got to be able to get rid of these rotation routes, and he doesn't. See, look what happens when you don't take these rotation routes. You see this? Rain has full control over mid right now, or intel, sorry. 1-for-1 trades coming in, and now my line is coming in, and he's just hiding behind this, and he allows Mullet Mafia to just rotate around into the back of A site here. And see, they're able to pass on through, and now they're able to get into B site, but I think, yep, he does get Vulgrant, who doesn't check intel, because they believe they're both on site, but Malik was able to rotate around him, and now he's able to get onto site here, able to spot out Faultless. He was blind and deaf, so we couldn't hear him, and now he's been spotted out, and now he's gonna get sandwiched. Blind, now he's deaf, and now he's able to get 1, and now Rain, my line, my goodness, my line able to clutch that up. Again, they're down to 1 player. I mean, Mullet Mafia is able to get their economy just completely in shambles, just so that way they're able to keep up with them in terms of weaponry. Now, Mullet Mafia has 4 M4s, 1 AUG, and it's the complete opposite for Rain. They got 1 AK, 4 SGs. And now Rain's gonna go for a 2 mid, 3 mid, 2 mid, 1 A long, 2 B long, trying to default, trying to get map control in intel as well. And then you got 1 player in intel, 1 player in orange, 1 player sandwich, 1 player looking at B side entrance for B side, and then you got 4 here who's going to rotate in for shadow. Star is going to rotate it for shadow to be able to go into servers to get more map control. And now Mullet Mafia set up to be able to come back here. Rain slowly pushing up B along, not trying to make any noise. We're following the leader, the leader, the leader. We're following the leader wherever he may go. Oh, that is funny. They're sneaking by that B-side entrance because it's now smoked off. They don't want to make too much noise. They want to keep them in the dark of where they actually are. And everybody's B-long for Rain, and Mullet Mafia still has pretty decent control. And he got that intel player holding that vent hall angle, checking to make sure they're not going to try and go for a backstab. You still got the 2 players around A site. Mullet Mafia is currently outnumbered on B site, so it could go in Rain's favor here. And Nax is able to take down Zello, who's in the back of B site, gonna take 2. And Malik's able to get there, and Malik's able to get Faultless, but it's gonna you taking him? I did. Nax takes Star. Malik takes Nax. My line takes Malik. 1-for-1 trades coming in. And also going to take down Shadow. And it's going to be an 11-5 win for Rain here. Or 11-5 scoreline, sorry, for Rain. Come on, Mullet Mafia. You got to pull this out of your ass. All right, now Mullet Mafia is going to have 1 intel, 1 going vent hall to be along. And they're going to have 2 rotating around to sandwich. And you got 1 in orange. Rain's going to have 3 going up mid here. 2 going B long. B entrance is smoked off, and Nax is able to get on, but Star's gonna get Mossy. Zella's gonna get my line, and Nax is gonna get Malik. Zello's still gonna Faultless again. He's in the smoke, and Fallen Knight's gonna be able to find him out. Now it's 2v2. You got 1 in orange. Bomb is down in sandwich, and Star's able to take down Fallen Knight. They have bomb control now. Nax is gonna have to pull something out of his ass here if he's gonna get anything done. And they smoked off mid here, so that way, if he does try to push through, he's gonna be getting fragged out. They're gonna have more bomb control now. And Nax is going to get taken out by Shadow. And it's a 6-11 scoreline. Mullet Mafia, you're still in this. You can still come back and win. And it looks like it's going to put Rain into an eco, even though there's a couple players with over 3,000 and 4,000 respectively. Mullet Mafia is going to full buy, and they're going to set up again the way they have been. 1 intel, 1 orange, 2 on B side, 1 vent hall. And they're going to be pushing full vent hall, and Star's going to be left alone here. And he's going to get 1, able to find them out. And Shadow is going to be able to get Faultless, trying to sneak around A site, trying to go for a flank, which is good. A lot of trades coming to Nax, able to get 2, picking up an M4. And now Nax has got a 3v1 coming in. He's going to get 1, and he's got the bomb, so he's able to plant. Now he's trying to get intel. He knows where 1 is. He's in vent hall. And now he knows where the other one is. He's on site with him. Doesn't know exactly where, but might be rotating out. And he sees him. He's going to try and trade him out. And Shadow is going to end up taking him out as well. Nax. Gotta give Nax a break, guys. I mean, he can't carry everybody. Even though he's got 20 kills, he can't carry everybody, man. Come on. You got give him a break. And now Rain is going to full buy here. Fallen Knight with the Euratio. Interesting. And now you got SGs, AUGs, and M4s, oh my, on the Mullet Mafia side. And they're going to be setting up the same thing again. And Rain is going to have one holding... Rain's going to have 1 holding mid passively, getting shots into that wall bang. They had 1 B long. They got 3 A long, trying to see if they could push in. And Zello is going to be able to re-smoke that, getting them to slow down, and they're able to smoke out intel. Now you got 2 on A side getting ready for the A push. You got 1 intel waiting for the smoke to fade. I don't know why Rain didn't decide to push after they just smoked intel there, because they smoked it off really well. He thought he might have missed, but they didn't want to take that chance. If it did miss, there was a 1-way for the coalition. So they decided to just wait it out and be able to swing intel at the same time. There's going to be 1 swing in. There he is. And you're going to have another 1 swing in with the Euratio. And there's 2 players holding it. Oh, he's going to get wall bang. Yep. Those are wall bangable. I've mentioned that in my top 10 tips and tricks for Bureau. Those are wall bangable. He's able to get Fallen Knight down to 1 shot. It is still full health for Mullet Mafia at this point. They're all rotating in, and everybody is in servers. And Star, my goodness, getting a 3K. Shadow able to get 1, but my lane's able to get traded him out. And Star getting the 4K. Win. Good positioning by Mullet Mafia, I will say. All right, looks like 1's going to go servers, 1 intel, 1 orange, and 2 going B site for Mullet Mafia. Looks like there's going to be 4 rushing B long and 1 rushing up mid. They're going to try and do what Mullet Mafia did with the mid flank, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And he is able to get the flash out, and he ended up flashing himself. Fallen Knight flashed himself, trying to go for a cheeky play there, but didn't work. Unfortunate for Rain. And now Mullet Mafia's come back from a 5-11 to a 9-11. I did not mean for that to be a thing. Anyways, 2 are going intel. 1's going to stay orange. 2 are going to go B site. I think, okay, so 1 is staying intel. Star is going to be going vent hall to B long. Mid is smoked off, so Zello's trying to spam, see if he could get anything. And Faultless is able to get onto B site. And Volgrant is trying to find Faultless. Star finds Faultless instead. Yeah, and Sandwich is smoked off from B site, so they can't really push in. Now they're all trapped there. There's 1 B long that has been uncontested. Wow. Okay, that is what happened. Where did Star go? Oh, they went up the vent. Okay, so they went up the vent and they left B long and vent hall completely open for Nax to just take. Now there's a possibility for Mullet Mafia to get backstabbed. See, map control at this level is very important. Even though they are getting kills and getting frags, Nax is able to come in here and get this backstab from B long or vent hall. But he can't do anything with it. Damn, Zello coming in with the aggressive vent peek. He pre-fired it too. He was expecting that. Well, he wasn't expecting it, so he was wanting to make sure there was nobody there. And sure enough, there was Nax, which is why sometimes you could get away with pre-firing, because if you get rewarded with a kill for it, that is going to end up making you think you could do whatever you want. But now we got, once again, we got 1 servers, 1 intel, I think rotating back to vent hall, 1 orange, 1 blue, looking at B entrance, and then 1's going to wrap around the sandwich. Yep, and Shadow's able to find 3 players A-long. Yep, he saw them. He should have seen them. So he's going to throw that nade, throw the flash. It missed the flash, unfortunately. And now the other 2 players at B-long are going to try and wrap around to vent hall, unable to get anything. But Mossy's able to get away for now, and he's able to take out Volgren as well. Looks like it's going to be an A hit. Shadow's going to get 2 through the servers there, and is down to 8 HP. Unable to do anything else because my line's there. It's 2v3. Bomb is L, and there's 2 players A site. 1 player was in B-Long. And now it's most likely going to look like a B-side hit. So they're going to be rotating in, and that smoke grenade prevents them from trying to get anything in blue. And now they're going to be able to check orange. I think you might have saw him, but now there's one coming on the site. My line unaware. This could be a defuse here for Mullet Mafia. He heard the bomb being defused, and Zello's able to get my line, and oh no. Oh, and Zello's gonna get Mossy. Holy crap. Let's go, Zello. Clutch. Clutch. Plenty of time left of the bomb. Beautiful play by Mullet Mafia. See, that's why you gotta cover your teammates when you're defusing the bomb, because if you don't, you're gonna lose. They could have lost, but since Zello was holding, who was it? Star. Since Zello was holding Star, he was able to get those 2 kills and be able to defuse the bomb himself. As long as you can cover your teammates when they're defusing the bomb, even if they go down, you can still cover them, get those frags to be able to win the round for the coalition. Now, I'm just seeing this for the first time. Mullet Mafia won 3 out of the 4 encounters with Mafia, or with Rain. Damn. Embers of Victory in Pro League Season 2 and Pro League Eurasia Season 3. Sheesh. Mullet Mafia, you're putting in some good numbers here. I like what I see. And they're going to have their same setup again for Mullet Mafia. I don't need to explain it. I've already said it one too many times. And Rain's going to have 4 players scattered A-long. They're being very aggressive right now. And Nax is able to get that B-long player. And now B-long and Vent Hall are completely open. But Rain is spread out, so who knows? The B-long and the B-side entrance is still being held by Volgrant here. So he's able to find Nax if he does try and swing this. It looks like it's going to be an A hit. Nax is going to try and flank around the lurk of frickin' Nax. Malik able to get 2, but get traded out by Mossy. And now my line is able to spot out Shadow. They're on A site now. And now everyone's coming to A site. He saw them A site, and now he's blind. Now you got 1, 2, 3 on A site. Look, getting hold, good angles. And you got 1, 2 trying to push onto A site. Mossy taking out Zello. Now you got 2 left. Able to get Shadow. Shadow able to get my line. And now Mossy needs to pull something out of his ass. He has the bomb. He's got a plant. 17 seconds left. There's no time. He's got to go for the kills. Shadow. And Volgrant is going to get Mossy. It's 12-11. Mullet Mafia. Rain. What do you do? What do you do on the side of Rain? What's going to happen here? Full buy for both sides. How does one of the best pro league teams in Critical Ops allow Mullet Mafia to get a 7-0 run in the second half? How do you let that happen? Anyways, Mullet Mafia is going to set up once again in their default setup. And Rain's going to go 4 B long, 1 mid, looking for the mid lurk. And they're going to split B site with 1 player in sandwich here, and Malik's gonna get aggressive looking for him, and now Faultless knows he's there, and he's just gonna frag him out, easy peasy. And it looks like they're gonna be pushing up onto B site. Good flash at the back of B site, which nobody's there now. Volgrant taking him down. Zello able to get 1, and now it's a 2v4. Zello is now smoked out in sandwich. Shadow smoked out in blue. They gotta figure out a way to get in. Shadow able to get Mossy, but Myland able to trade him out. And now Zello left all alone, low with the only AUG. He's gonna go save. And it's gonna go into the 12-12 round for Rain versus Mullet Mafia. Man, this is intense. It all comes down to this. 1 round to win it all for day 1 of Pro League Grand Finals. This is it. They're able to drop weapons for their teammates. That's good. And they're able to drop nades as well. Good. Very good for Mullet Mafia. Playing smart, dropping nades for their teammates. Looks like you're going to have 2 pushing up intel, being very aggressive. They're going aggressive here. They got 2 pushing up intel. They're able to get my line there. And then now they're falling back, getting back into their original positions. And they're now both going to check Vent Hall for B long. Try to see if anybody's there. And Zello is going to be in mid here. Hopefully going to find, who is that? Faultless? Yeah, Faultless. Volgrant is going to get Nax. He's going to swing. He's going to get 2, but get taken out by Fallen Knight. And Malik's going to take Fallen Knight out. And Faultless is left all by himself. And Mullet Mafia takes day 1 of World's Grand Finals. That's awesome. Fantastic. A lot of great stuff here. I'm going to say that. One thing I will say, though, is that there were a lot of times that I noticed where a certain area, like B-Long, has been left open after a pick was taken, and that just left that area completely open for them to go for a flank or a backstab. But again, it comes down to the situation. Like, if it was just 1 player, then yeah, it's most likely not worth trying to go back for the flank. You know he's there in the back of your mind, so you got to keep aware of that, which is how Nax multiple times tried to go for the flank, ended up getting fragged out most of the time. But still, great plays all around on both sides. I mean, they fought to the very end. This was tough fought. But that is game 13 15 for Critical Ops Worlds analysis. I hope you guys learned something. And if you want to check out any more of my analysis videos, then check out this one right here, or check out this one, which is my most recent analysis. Stay safe.